Hello everybody! Back again, and this time I'm back for my first ever Top 5 Wednesday video. This is something I know is really big on Goodreads and that a lot of people are doing on YouTube, and I do want to engage a lot more with the community, and what better way to do this than by getting involved in such a Booktube-wide thing. So the topic for this week is top 5 authors who you'd absolutely love to meet. I've got a unique perspective on this because for my job, I run events and author signings for the Waterstones branch in Leeds. As a result, I've actually already been able to meet a lot of my literary heroes. For example, Garth Nix and Anthony Horowitz, who were two of my favourite authors growing up, were people who would 100% be on this list, but I've already had the chance to meet. I am going to stick with people who I've not yet met, and some people who I will never be able to meet for this list, and I'm intrigued to see what you guys think about who I would like to meet. Let's get right to it. Number 5 is Christopher Paolini, who's the guy who wrote the Eragon series. The main reason I'd want to meet him is A, to tell him how amazing the Inheritance cycle is, B, to question why he let that god-awful film be made, and C, to find out why he hasn't written anything else yet. I think they were such a good burst onto the scene, and I'm really surprised he's not done anything else since. There's not even rumours or things in the pipeline, and basically I'd want to meet him to just give him a bit of a slap and tell him to write more books for me. So the number 4 author I'd like to meet would be David Eddings. I've mentioned him and his books before on this channel. He wrote the Belgariad series, which were the series that really crossed the border between children's and teens books and adult books for me. I'd want to meet him just to tell him how much I absolutely loved the books and how much they affected me as a reader and have defined my reading life going forward. He's sadly passed away, so I will never be able to meet him, and that's a real shame because he's an author I'd absolutely love to sit down with and have a chat with. Number 3, I'd want to meet Haruki Murakami. He's a fascinating guy. His books are incredible. They cover some such out there topics and themes and are so strange. I'd just love to meet him and chat with him and just find out what kind of brain can come up with those kinds of weird ass books. I also think it would be a bit difficult, obviously, because of the language barrier, but I think I'd just love to sit down and chat with him and just find out a bit more about him, because I think there's a lot of books you can get a lot of the author through them, but because his books are so weird, I'm at least hoping that they aren't a representation of what he's like, and I think it'd be fascinating to just get to know him and ask him about where he gets his concepts from. The number 2 person I'd want to meet would be J.K. Rowling, because, let's be honest, who wouldn't want to meet J.K. Rowling? The main reason I'd want to meet her isn't to convince her to write more Harry Potter books. I actually think they should leave them where they are. I would just want her to write more books like Harry Potter. The Casual Vacancy and her crime novels are so much different to Harry Potter, and they don't interest me anywhere near as much. I want to sit down and basically just tell her that she really needs to write some more fantasy magic based books. Not Harry Potter, but just something similar, because they would go down so well, and I'm really not interested in her other stuff. No offence, JK. The number 1 author I'd like to meet, I've mentioned so many times on this channel already that I'd be surprised if you hadn't already guessed. It would be Enid Blyton. The Magic Faraway Tree is one of my all-time favourite book series. It's one of the book series I first ever remember reading and devouring, and it's one of the series that I cannot wait to have children for, just so I can read them these books. I would love the chance to sit down with her and talk to her and just thank her for her books and the massive impact she's had on literature, both children's and adults. She is one of those authors who has defined a generation of readers, and I'm probably a little bit beyond that generation. I'm probably the second generation that she's really impacted, but I think she's been such a groundbreaking author and such a big impact on me that I'd basically just love to shake her hand and grovel and tell her how much I love her. There we have it, my first ever Top 5 Wednesday video done. I'm really glad I've got involved in this, and I think the topic this week was perfect to get me started. I really hope I get to meet a couple of the authors at least on my list at some point during my lifetime, and I am really looking forward to seeing who everybody else picked for their list. If you don't want a channel, or if you just want to let me know on my video, please comment down below and let me know who you'd want to meet. If you agree with my choices or disagree, just let me know. If you liked the video, as always, leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you at some point in the near future with my next video.